Hi, I'm Rhea.
And I'm Nishi, and this is
Kicks and Skittles.
Whoa, guys, welcome back. It is February 2016, and we haven't done anything.
We actually haven't filmed since last December. Maybe because of a bunch of crazy stuff happening in my own personal life. So things have been crazy.
We're gonna review Panic! At the Disco's latest album, Death of a Bachelor. Bria's favorite band of all time.
Indeed. It really is. That sounds really apathetic, but it really is my favorite band.
So this is their 6th album.
Yes. Not including the live one.
Not including the live one, and basically, we were really scared about when they first announced it because they were saying end of eras or whatever. We were like, no, they're gonna break up, which is, no, they isn't even they, it's he. Yeah. It's Brendan Urie.
It's Brendan Urie.
Bria's gonna read through some interviews, and then we'll talk about the album, our opinions about it, and then we'll do fave songs, and then, yeah. While Bria's looking at this stuff, she's actually gonna go on the tour, the last tour, which I really want to go, guys, but I don't know where I'm going to be after graduation. And so I'm afraid that if I buy the ticket, that I won't be able to go.
You can get the insurance on it and go on your money back.
I know, but then they're paying more money.
It's like $7.
Oh.
It's not even that much.
Where is it? Where did you buy your ticket?
Ticketmaster.
No, but I'm saying for which?
I bought mine for Charleston.
Okay.
Because Charleston's an hour and a half away from Savannah. Okay. This is an interview that Brendan Urie did with Entertainment Weekly. And they just asked him questions about how do you feel being technically a solo artist now, basically, since there's nobody else in Panic! At the Disco. He was asked, what was it like writing and recording alone for the first time in 10 years? And he said, writing with 4 people as opposed to just me alone, I like it better now. I like getting my succinct ideas into a 2.5-minute thing. If I need to, I can get feedback from people I work with. It feels like there's less pressure, it's more organic. Can you tell me a little about, the title of the album? This says, when I was a kid, I spent a lot of time alone. I wasn't allowed to go out on Monday nights and Sunday nights for religious purposes. He was raised Mormon. So all of a sudden, So all of Sunday, besides the 3 hours of church, I would spend in my room listening to music or sneaking music that I wasn't allowed to listen to, or reading books that I wasn't supposed to, and spending time by myself. So this album was a touch back to the past. I was writing everything and recording everything, and that's what I did this time around. I remember reading everything like that. He said it's kind of back when he first started doing music, he would just be in his garage for hours and hours, just doing stuff. I remember he said it's really in comparison to that, where it's just him doing all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm. I think it's interesting, and I like the fact that since it is just him, that he gets to put a lot of what he likes in it, a lot of his inspiration into it. Bria and I talked about, you told me about how his inspiration is Frank Sinatra, and you could totally see a lot of that in Death of a Bachelor, in a little bit of The Good, the Bad, and the Dirty, and especially Crazy Equals Genius.
Yeah, Impossible Year. Really, all of the songs you can tell have been inspired. Okay, because he said Frank Sinatra is his favorite artist, and so he was he's trying to, with this album, combine the Frank Sinatra era and what he did with this kind of rock and roll weird type of music that Brendan Urie usually produces. And it was this album was trying to combine those two things, which I think he pulled off super well.
Totally did.
Because you can it still sounds like
Panic! At the Disco.
It really sounds it reminds me a lot of Vices and Virtues almost, more than even their last album. It really to me goes back a lot to Vices and Virtues and the type of sounds that were in that album. Mm-hmm. But then you also have this super suave aspect of just his his vocals and
suave.
Just the way that the songs are written and stuff like that. There's another thing that someone was but Frank Sinatra hated rock and roll, and he was what's more rock and roll than hating rock and roll?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's totally awesome. I feel I never skip songs on this album ever. Normally there are songs on albums where you're nah, but this album's so good. And I forgot that he already released lots of singles from this album, Hallelujah and Victorious. He just
LA Devotee.
That
was released.
Didn't he release
Death of a Bachelor?
Death of a Bachelor. He
kind of.
Except that one wasn't really on Spotify.
It kind of got leaked, but he also released it. It was
which, yeah. So yeah, I feel we both like the album. Of course, he just did really well with it. Favorite songs?
Yeah, my favorite songs are LA Devotee. I really like that song. I just like the vibe that song has. Mm-hmm. So I like that song a lot. And then I also really like Death of the Bachelor. I feel like you can't not like Death of the Bachelor. It is such a good song. It's so suave.
And the video.
The video is so good. Black and white, super classic. Like, and he sounds amazing on it.
He looks amazing on it.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's just like everything about it is very just. And it's like so suave, but it's also like totally Brendan Urie, like totally Panic at the Disco. Like, it's so good.
Really good.
While Bria thinks of her third song, I'm gonna go ahead and say mine. My favorite ones are Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time. I love how punchy that song is. I'm in the car driving and I'm like punching to it. It's so funny and it's so witty. I love that his lyrics are so witty. Like, okay, let's be real. Favorite lines of the song, like, I'm a scholar and a gentleman, and I usually don't fall when I try to stand. I lost a bet to a guy in a chiffon skirt, but I make these high heels work.
That's my favorite. That's actually my favorite line in that song. But I make these high heels work.
Exactly.
It's like so, just like.
And then my favorite line is, I told you time and time again, I'm not as thin because you're drunk I am. It's just like, why are you so witty? I love it. So that one's definitely my favorite because it's just like a really punchy like song. So, of course, Death of a Bachelor, it just has to be a thing. You can't not like that song. Yeah. He's wonderful in that. And then third one's hard to pick. I feel like, I mean, I like LA Devotee a lot, but I feel like, let's be real, Victorious is totally going to be our graduation song. It's going to be our graduation song. Like, it is. But I feel like there's gotta be, I gotta look at the album.
Yeah, Emperor's New Clothes is also really good.
That's a good one. Okay, let's talk about, like, Crazy Equals Genius isn't one of my favorites, but it reminds me of Never Had a Friend Like Me from Aladdin. Does that make sense to you?
I don't know what that song is, so.
You don't know what that song is? From Aladdin. You ain't never had a friend like me.
Nope. I can't even picture it. Even when you said that, nothing came to my mind. I've only seen Aladdin like once. So.
What is wrong with you? Oh my gosh. Anyways, because that song is very like jazzy, and it just reminded me a lot of it because there's like a lot going on, and it was just like, okay, that reminds me of that for some reason. I don't know. The whole album's great. You should just listen to it.
You should listen to it.
You should listen to it. Like, seriously.
It's really good.
Also, Brendan Urie, if you ever watch this, we love you.
Yep.
But mostly Bria.
Half for years.
Exactly. Bria's actually listened to you for like a very long time. She got me into you guys in high school. Yeah, my senior year with Vices and Virtues.
Yeah.
And then I dipped back into the past.
Which is weird. I was saying which is weird because like I would like listen to Panic! At the Disco since like way before then.
Yeah.
So I don't know why it was like.
And then freshman year of college, I started listening. I listened to their very first album, and I was listening to that while I did my Spanish homework all the time.
I actually remember in high school I would literally during classes, like all my classes, I would just write the lyrics to all the songs.
You've been listening to that.
No, just like on the side of like. In the margins of my papers, if I was like getting bored in class, I would just like write the lyrics to like all of the different songs. There's some.
Do you like our new filming spot, guys? Because literally people keep taking our spot to film, so.
Yeah, which this would be pretty sweet if we could film every time, because I'm pretty sure this is a much more aesthetically pleasing background,
kind of,
than what we were filming on.
We just don't know about the echo. There's lots of echo in here.
We'll have to see how the audio turns out.
Oh, it's okay.
It's been a while. We're rusty.
We're so
we don't
rusty.
remember how it works.
So sorry.
Give us some grace.
Follow us, guys. Okay, remember we don't have our official website anymore.
We don't have an official website anymore.
We don't.
That is
so yes, but now you can follow us on all our social medias: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. Twitter is Kicks_Skittles. Everything else is Kicks and Skittles.
Everything else is Kicks and Skittles.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, guys.
Make sure to subscribe,
like
the
video.
YouTube channel, like the video, share it. All of that would be super great.
That'd be so nice. It's been a long
time. That would all be really great.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and I'm really sorry. Like life happens, and things just don't go the way you plan. So, but we're really definitely going to try to get back on track again.
And now we're back into it. So
yeah, let's do it.
Let's do this.
All right, guys. Yeah. We'll see you next time with our next video, which we don't know yet. We'll put it up on social media. I gotta get back on those social media days.
We're gonna get back on everything.
Yes.
Starting this week.
Yes.
We're gonna do it this time, guys.
Let's do it.
I know we keep saying every time. Every time we release a video, we're like, we're sorry. And we are sorry. But we're trying. We're trying so hard.
Take a deep breath, guys, with us. We will make it.